Lynyrd Skynyrd is one of the longest-running Southern rock bands and has had many great band members who made the unforgettable music we still enjoy today. Sadly, many of the great members have passed away, most recently Gary Rossington, who died March 5, 2023. Join Facts Verse to learn all about Lynyrd Skynyrd members who died over the years. Bob Burns. Bob Burns was a talented musician and a founding member of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was born November 24, 1950 in Jacksonville, Florida. He was the band's drummer and played a vital role in shaping their unique sound and style. Burns' contribution to Lynyrd Skynyrd's success was significant. He played on the band's first two albums, pronounced Lynyrd Skynyrd, and Second Helping, which included hit songs like Freebird, Sweet Home Alabama, and Gimme 3 Steps. Despite his success with the band, he eventually left in 1974. He continued to play music and performed with various bands over the years. Nevertheless, his career never reached the heights of his Lynyrd Skynyrd days, and his contribution to the band was never forgotten. Tragically, Bob Burns died in a car accident April 3, 2015. According to reports, he lost control of his car while negotiating a curve in Cartersville, Georgia. He was ejected from the vehicle and died at the scene. Bob Burns' death was a huge loss to the music world, especially fans of Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was a talented drummer and a vital part of the band's early sound. Leon Wilkeson. Leon Wilkeson was a bassist for Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was born April 2, 1952 in Newport, Rhode Island. Wilkeson joined Lynyrd Skynyrd in 1972 and played with the band until his untimely death. He was a versatile musician who, in addition to bass, played guitar, piano, and harmonica. He was known for a distinctive bass-playing style and contributed to many of the band's most famous songs. Wilkeson was a dedicated member of the band and continued to play with them through various changes in lineup and sound. He took a hiatus from the band in the late 70s, but returned in 1987, where he remained until his death. Tragically, he passed away July 27, 2001, in his hotel room in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. He was 49 years old. The cause of death was listed as natural causes, but specific details were never disclosed. It was stated, however, that he had been suffering from lung disease and a chronic liver issue. The music world mourned the loss of Leon Wilkeson, and his death was a big loss to the band and its fans. Ronnie Van Zant. Ronnie Van Zant was the lead vocalist for Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was born January 15, 1948, in Jacksonville, Florida. He's regarded as one of the driving forces behind the band's sound and their success. Van Zant's voice was powerful and distinct, and his lyrics were honest and relatable. He wrote many of the band's most famous songs, including Sweet Home Alabama, Gimme 3 Steps, and Freebird. His talent and dedication to his craft helped Lynyrd Skynyrd become one of the most successful rock bands of the 1970s. But sadly, we didn't get to enjoy his talents for very long. On October 20th, 1977, Lynyrd Skynyrd's plane crashed in Gillsburg, Mississippi, killing Van Zant and 5 other band members. The crash was a devastating blow to the music world and to Skynyrd's fans. Van Zant's death was a tragic loss, but his legacy as a talented musician and songwriter lives on. His contributions to Lynyrd Skynyrd's success and to Southern rock in general will always be remembered. In 1987, Lynyrd Skynyrd was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and Van Zant's brother, Johnny, accepted the award on his behalf. Allen Collins. Allen Collins was the lead guitarist for Lynyrd Skynyrd. He was born July 19, 1952 in Jacksonville, Florida, just like many of his bandmates. Collins was a gifted guitarist known for his dynamic solos and melodic playing style. He co-wrote many of Lynyrd Skynyrd's biggest hits, including Freebird, Gimme 3 Steps, and Sweet Home Alabama. But like Ronnie Van Zant, he also left us tragically early. Sadly, he got into a car accident January 29, 1986, which left him paralyzed from the waist down. It also caused the death of Deborah Jean Watts, Allen's girlfriend. As one can expect, the tragedy was a significant setback for Collins, both professionally and personally. Despite his physical limitations, he continued to play music and record with Lynyrd Skynyrd. He also formed his own band, the Allen Collins Band, and released a solo album, Here, There, and Back, in 1983. But the horrors of the tragic accident traumatized him for the rest of his life. We lost Allen Collins much earlier than expected. He passed away January 23, 1990, due to complications from pneumonia at age 37. His legacy as a talented musician and Lynyrd Skynyrd's lead guitarist will continue to inspire and influence generations of fans and musicians. Steve and Cassie Gaines. Steve and Cassie Gaines were both talented musicians and members of Lynyrd Skynyrd. They were talented siblings who both brought their musical talents to the iconic Southern rock band. Steve Gaines was born September 14, 1949 in Seneca, Missouri, and Cassie was born January 9, 1948 in Senatobia, Mississippi. Steve was a versatile musician who played guitar, piano, and sang backup vocals for the band. He joined in 1976, and his contributions to the band's sound and success are still discussed today, as he gave them a unique style and helped them reach an ever wider fan base. Steve Gaines wrote several songs for the band, including I Know a Little and Ain't No Good Life. Cassie Gaines was Steve's older sister and a talented singer who also provided backup vocals for Lynyrd Skynyrd. She joined in 1976 and was known for her powerful voice and her powerful and energetic presence when performing live. Tragically, on October 20th, 1977, when Lynyrd Skynyrd's plane crashed in Gillsburg, Mississippi, both Steve and Cassie Gaines were among the band members who died. They were new additions to Lynyrd Skynyrd, but their contributions were immediately recognized, and the sadness we never got to see more of them is still felt today. The loss of the two was felt deeply by Lynyrd Skynyrd and its fans. They were talented musicians who had helped change the band's sound and gave an even greater energy to the iconic sound the band was known for. Gary Rossington. On March 5, 2023, Gary Rossington, the last original member of Lynyrd Skynyrd, died at age 70. Rossington was a guitarist and one of the band's founding members. He had struggled with health issues for several years, including a recent heart attack that forced him to miss the band's final tour. Lynyrd Skynyrd was formed in Jacksonville, Florida, and Gary is one of the many band members who was born there. One of the things that made Lynyrd Skynyrd unique was its blend of Southern rock, blues, and country music. Gary Rossington's guitar playing is still considered a crucial aspect of the band's sound and their success. Gary was injured in the plane crash that killed many of the band members. He survived, but he was greatly injured. Naturally, this horrific incident traumatized the band, but they played on. Gary Rossington was the only original member of the band to remain active until his death. He continued to tour with Lynyrd Skynyrd, even with his health issues later in life. He was known for his dedication to the band and to his fans, and this was something he was passionate about his entire life. Many fans and musicians paid tribute to Gary after his death, including former Lynyrd Skynyrd band members as well as newer members who have helped the band continue to this day. Gary's contributions to Southern rock and Lynyrd Skynyrd's legacy will always be remembered. Now it's time to hear from you. Are you a fan of Lynyrd Skynyrd? What's your favorite song? Let us know in the comments section below.